Welcome to Echoes Untold, the channel where we breathe life into history's forgotten moments. Today, we descend into the depths of the Pacific, where one of the most legendary submarines of World War II met its untimely end. The USS Wahoo was a nightmare for enemy convoys, bold, ruthless, and led by a commander who redefined undersea warfare. But in October 1943, as Wahoo prowled the deadly waters of the Sea of Japan, its luck ran out. Caught in an iron net of enemy defenses, the once unstoppable submarine vanished without a trace. But in October 1943, as Wahoo prowled the deadly waters of the Sea of Japan, its luck ran out. Today, we uncover the full story, the daring patrols, the fearless crew, and the fateful mistakes that sealed Wahoo's doom. If you love these untold echoes of history, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Your support helps us dive deeper into stories that deserve to be remembered. Echoes Untold, where history whispers, and we listen. The USS Wahoo, SS-238, a Gato-class submarine, was commissioned in May 1942, at the height of World War II. America's submarine fleet was still refining its tactics, and the war in the Pacific was shifting toward a prolonged battle for dominance at sea. Wahoo's early patrols were unremarkable, but that changed when a new commander took charge, Lieutenant Commander Dudley, Mush, Morton. A fearless and aggressive leader, Morton transformed Wahoo into a deadly weapon of war. His philosophy: attack first, attack hard, and leave nothing to chance. Morton's brilliance was complemented by his executive officer, Richard "Dick" O'Kane, a tactical mastermind who later commanded the USS Tang, another legendary submarine. Together, they revolutionized American submarine warfare, prioritizing aggressive engagements over the cautious tactics that had previously limited U.S. submarines. By early 1943, Wahoo had made history. During its third war patrol, it sank 8 enemy ships in just a few weeks, a record at the time. Morton's aggressive tactics, including surface attacks at night and relentless pursuit of targets, made Wahoo one of the most feared submarines in the Pacific. But boldness came at a price. The enemy was learning, adapting, and improving their anti-submarine defenses. The more successful Wahoo became, the more dangerous its missions would be. In September 1943, Wahoo set out on what would become its final patrol. The objective: infiltrate the Sea of Japan, an area so heavily defended that American submarines had previously avoided it altogether. Why take such a risk? By late 1943, Japanese shipping routes had shifted. Enemy convoys, wary of American submarines in open waters, were increasingly using the Sea of Japan, where fewer U.S. submarines dared to venture. The U.S. Navy wanted to prove that the area could be penetrated, and Wahoo was chosen for the job. Morton and his crew navigated through the Perouse Strait, the treacherous gateway between the northern Japanese islands and Russian waters. On October 11, Wahoo made radio contact for what would be the last time, reporting that it had sunk 4 enemy vessels. But this time, Wahoo's presence had not gone unnoticed. Unknown to Morton, the Japanese were ready. The waters of the Sea of Japan were under constant surveillance, and Wahoo's attack had drawn immediate attention. A Nakajima B5N torpedo bomber spotted the submarine and launched depth charges, damaging Wahoo as it tried to escape. Soon after, Japanese anti-submarine vessels moved in. The destroyer Wakatake and patrol boat Kaibokan 43 deployed sonar and began a relentless depth charge assault. For several agonizing hours, Wahoo fought to evade its hunters. Morton likely took the submarine deep, attempting to slip away. But in the narrow confines of the strait, there was little room to maneuver. The final blow came in the evening. A massive depth charge explosion sent oil and debris to the surface. Japanese crews watched as a large air bubble, often the last sign of a submarine's destruction, rose from the depths. The sea, once disturbed by the battle, fell silent. the USS Wahoo was gone. For decades, the US Navy did not know exactly what had happened. With no survivors and no wreckage recovered, all that was known was that Wahoo had failed to return from its mission. The submarine was declared missing in action, and the families of its 79 crew members were left with no answers. After the war, intelligence reports from Japan provided some clues. The records of the depth charge attack matched the date of Wahoo's disappearance, strongly suggesting it had been lost in the Perouse Strait. But there was no physical proof until 2006. A Russian dive team, using sonar scans and remote-operated vehicles, located the wreck of Wahoo in 213 feet (65 meters) of water. The submarine was heavily damaged, its hull torn open, clear evidence of a violent end. The discovery confirmed what historians had long suspected: Wahoo had been destroyed by Japanese depth charges after being detected in enemy waters. Though its final patrol ended in tragedy, Wahoo's legacy lived on. Morton's aggressive tactics were studied and adopted by future American submariners. The loss of Wahoo also led to improvements in intelligence gathering, ensuring that future U.S. submarines had better knowledge of enemy defenses before entering high-risk areas. Today, the wreck of Wahoo is a war grave, a silent resting place for 79 men who gave their lives beneath the waves. The U.S. Navy recognized their sacrifice, holding a memorial service in 2007 to honor the fallen crew. Their story is one of bravery, innovation, and sacrifice, one that should never be forgotten. The USS Wahoo was more than just a submarine. It was a symbol of American ingenuity and courage in the face of impossible odds. Though it met its end in the cold waters of the Pacific, its legacy continues to inspire. If you found this journey through history fascinating, help us keep these stories alive. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. And remember, Echoes Untold, where history whispers, and we listen. Fact-checked note. This script is based on declassified U.S. Navy reports, Japanese wartime records, and the 2006 discovery of Wahoo's wreck. Key sources include Blair, Clay. Silent Victory, The U.S. Submarine War Against Japan. Naval Institute Press, 1975. U.S. Navy Official Patrol Reports. Records from the Imperial Japanese Navy on anti-submarine warfare. The 2006 discovery and analysis by Russian dive teams.